100 days, one cozy vision. I set out to turn a quiet island into the ultimate peaceful farm, filled with vibrant flowers, wild animals, and a whole lot of love. If you're ready to join me, then sit back and relax, as this is the story of how I created my very own cozy farm. Hello everyone and welcome to this big island we have here, and this is going to be home of the cozy farmland. Well, at least hopefully. Normally I just look for a place to live, but I'm thinking this area is perfect as it is. So first I want to grab these. I think they're the wild onions. Yeah, okay, we'll take these as an early food source, and then we'll go grab some wood and try and grab some stone tools just to start us off. And I may as well kill those piggies as well. Now that we've got these tools, I do see some iron over here, which is very nice, but I guess we're going to go mining and get some resources. Before we go down into the depths of the mines, however, I'm going to kill these pigs. Now we have somewhat of a food source. We can go into the mines and try and gather as much as we can. And I do want to get some building blocks as well, like this andesite here, some more stone, but we shall see. I'm more interested in the iron as of right now. I spent a few hours down in the mines, grabbing any ores and building blocks I could get my hands on. Once I had gathered a decent haul, I headed back up to get some wood and sand so I could stock up on the essentials for the cozy farm I had in mind. I also threw together a small animal pen, as they were swarming around me and I knew at some point I would need a whole lot of leather. For this big build, I had a rough idea of the blocks I wanted to use, so I made sure to get the ones that would fit my style. To finish off, I did a quick lap around the island and picked up some flowers and clay for a few decorative pieces. Put in a decent amount of work. We pretty much got all of the building resources that we need. Now we may need more in the future, but that's fine. Don't worry about that. And I've got an idea of how I want to go about laying it out, but we're going to have to flatten a lot of land. And one of the things is this is going to need to go. So we're going to light it up at some point, fill it in, make sure there's no holes. And then I think with this area here and that area, we're going to flatten to at least a decent level. And then I think I'm going to try and do my own little terraforming. Get used to doing that. So before we get started, I'm going to rip up all of these trees just to get the last few bits of wood. Different types of wood, obviously. And then I'm going to need to make a few shovels. The area is now looking a little bit neater, a little bit cleaner. We've removed all the trees. Now, as you may have noticed, we've got all of these blocks here, and they're going to be very useful for what we're going to need. We've got this, which is the carpenter's table for any sorts of wood, which is going to be very, very good. We've got the regular stone cutter, you know, just an essential thing. We've got the mason's table, which turns things into like stone or andesite into various blocks, which is very nice. We have the framing saw, which is going to be very useful just so we don't waste resources, and we can actually merge them back into the framed cube, which is the only reason I like this. Then we have the Mr. Cray's furniture model workbench, which I think I'm only going to use for interior decorating. There is something I wanted it for, and I don't remember what. I think it was the lanterns, maybe? No. The only trouble we're going to have is we're going to move these animals at some point, but if I can try and do it without moving them for now, or at least keep the floor that they're on, then that would be great. But I think I do want to get it down to maybe about this level here. Do I have something that I can mark it with? I think I'll just do this to this level. There we go. And we're also going to need some food because I forgot about that. There we go. We've got some food at least. And I didn't want to kill all the chickens. So there we go. And I think I'll use the knife and cutting board to chop these up. I'm pretty sure this gives us bone meal as well. Yeah, perfect. Then we can turn the rest of the bone meal into dye. And then we can grab a little bit more white concrete powder. Now let me spend a couple minutes getting the powder into blocks. There we are. Everything's ready now. Throw these in the chest. There we go. And I should probably start getting all of this up as well so I can make some bread. I'll do my best to keep the animals where they are for now, and then I can export them later and move them around. But as long as we keep this land, we should be fine to just get rid of the rest of it. So we've got a lot of work to do. We've got to cover this entire area. So you may notice that it's been a few days, and that is because I tried to pretty much copy a picture of the house that I want, and it just did not look good at all. So we're going to try doing this again, but I'm going to try and do it kind of freehand this time, or at least, again, attempt to. So let me throw these, so there you go, we don't need them, and see if we can make something that actually looks good. Okay, I have a rough idea of what I want it to be, and I mean, it's looking better so far than what it was, so I'm happy with that. But let's keep it going, see if we can keep it looking good. As much as I like the frame of this, I can't make the roof look any good, and that's probably just my terrible ability to build, so we're gonna have to go for plan C. And I don't know what plan C is just yet, but again, I'll figure it out, I promise. Maybe. I can't promise that. I'm sorry. You know what? It's not too bad. It's really weird seeing the effect of the, the smooth white concrete and the normal white concrete. It's like you've missed a bit of plaster on a wall or something like that. Or like there's a bit of water damage behind the wall. But I like it. It looks pretty cool. Now let's hope we can make a good roof out of this, because that is the main goal. It's not exactly a farmhouse, but I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it. It's better than what we've done so far with any other attempt, so may as well keep it. And I feel like it being almost day 40 is probably not the best thing for us right now, but we can get things done, don't worry. So now we do need to do some interior and exterior decorating, and I kind of have an idea for each of them, but we shall see. I'm trying to give the outside a bit of depth, but the only thing I'm unsure about right now is the edges here. Or not the edges really, it's just these things here. I'm not entirely sure if they go. Unless I change these out for these here. I imagine that looks a little bit better. Yeah, that looks better. Perfect, okay. But now that this is done, I might make a path outwards to maybe around there. And then around here, I might make a personal farm. I don't know, should I do a personal farm or should I just do a little bit of decorations? I don't know, we'll have to figure that out. But at least now we have a house and we've got a lot of work to do to kind of move everything in. So 100% we should do this. I think now with this pathway done, I do kind of want to extend it out this way and then have some farms going. And I think we should do the farms really quick. So let me grab some seeds, where's the rest of our things? Here they are. Some cabbage, beetroot. We've got carrots somewhere, right? Yeah, carrots, onion. I imagine we can plant as well. Anything else that's catching my eye? No. Okay. Now, how big do we want to make these? Maybe 12 long? Actually, we'll do it a little bit of a different way. I think this side of the path, we will make it... I guess we'll use the frame slab right now, and then I need the torches too. There we go. Oh, I'm going to make it one more out. Whoops. So this one will be just the wheat seeds like this. Then we'll leave like a one wide gap. Is that good? Or maybe like a 4 so we can have the fence and a little gap in between. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that. Oh, that's not good. I completely forgot there was a hole there. Oh, damn. Question is, can I pull this off? Oh yeah, I can. Alright, give me all this stuff back. Give me that bed. This one will do beetroot seeds. We may as well. Now we need carrot and onions. Do we do it on the same side or do we do it on the opposite side? I feel like opposite side might be better for now. This will be carrots, although we don't have a lot of them. And last is just onion. So let me get that done. And there we go. All of these single space plants have been down. I do need to add a little pathway here to make it look a little bit nicer. But next, I think it's just a bit of fencing or maybe walls. Walls might look a bit nicer. Actually, no, we can do fences. We'll do fences. And then I'll add a small... Shall I add a pathway in between? No. So we got those there. And then we may have enough space over here for the sugarcane and like melon or pumpkin. I do have to move my bed. It's all the way over there. Oh, I forgot the cabbage. Oh no. Should we do cabbage split with something? No. We could try and get potatoes and then we could do 2 more. We'll do that. I don't know how this is going to work. We might run out of space. Here will be the cabbage. And here, I guess we'll just prep for the potatoes. And I'll replace these torches with lanterns. Just makes it look a little bit nicer. I want to use these framed fences, and I thought the spruce would look nice, but honestly, looking at the framed, I kind of like it more, and I don't know why. Wicker fence could be kind of cool. Is there actually, you know what? I have another idea. What about the framed lattice? Oh, we'd need to build it too high. That's no fun. That's the stuff we need right there. Okay. Give me... Oh, where's my birch? Alright, well, guess we're gonna have to go grab some. Hey, that's exactly what I want. I did not think this through. Now we're only gonna have a 1 wide path in between. Ooh. Can't be having that. Can't be having that. I'm going to take these sunny trumpet trees and take the leaves off because I like these leaves quite a lot. At least grab the ones that I can actually reach. I want to see how this looks, see if we can do something with this. Now, do we want it like this or do we want that? Okay, not bad. Not bad, I like it. Or do we go full block? I kind of like the full block more. Yeah, we'll stick with that. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. Which means we're going to need more framed block. And I think I want to do it for all the ones that are going this way. So like here, here, over there. But in between, I think we'll just leave it be. There we go. I think that looks quite adorable, if I do say so myself. Now, we've got all of these, and the only other farms we really need are sugarcane, pumpkin, and melon. That'll be a whole different farm in itself. I know it looks kind of cramped now with this, that, and that, but this won't be here for too long. So what is next on the agenda? Let me put these blocks away and then I can figure it out. I think we'll do the barn just to get rid of the animals for now. So I think I want to build it over here. It's going to be a relatively big barn. So I'm going to need a decent amount of space, but I'll try and do it from back here to around about maybe just on the edge of this and then go around, and we may even be able to connect over here, but we shall see. Let me get some dirt and then we can get started on that. I think that's plenty of space. We still gotta decorate the outside of that. I should probably get on that soon, but let's get this at least land done first and then we can worry about that. Well, we're definitely going to need a lot more dirt, so I got to find a place to gather some. And honestly, I kind of need to go mining again. So once I do the dirt, I will definitely go mining because we have no iron left. Now, if I do this and change it to fine acacia, and then we might be able to get another one with, well, just regular work. And then we can do a mix of these with those, maybe. Do they look good in like mixed? Not really, no. What about these instead? That's a little, I like that. It has a weird kind of connection. Quite cool. It's pretty cool. It's like a little bit lighter, but it has those little renditions in. I kind of like that. I think we'll stick with that. I think I'll use the fine acacia planks, maybe this white concrete for some accent block. And then the roof is brown, or I want to make it brown, so we could do spruce. I might put it this way. If I put the barn facing this way, then we can have a big outside area out front here with the barn, or I put it this way and then have the surrounding area just an open area for the ranch. I think that would work quite well. We'll give it a try, but let me get the resources ready. I think before I do anything else, I do want to go mining because we are really struggling with resources. I'd say that was a pretty good mining trip. We got almost a stack of iron and I got a potato. So that's just a little bonus for me. And I will go ahead and plant it straight away. Oh, I accidentally made a ton of iron picks, but that's fine because there is no doubt that we're going to be using all of them at some point. So let's just throw it all away. Now let me grab my resources for this barn and then we can start with the next build. And I'm excited for this one. All right, let's see what we can do with this. And I think I've done a decent job. It's not the best looking one, but I think it looks quite nice. I've got the little textured, actually it's not fully done yet. I do need to actually texturize it a little bit. We got the lattice windows, they're pretty cool. We got a little open hatch up there, and the roof, might I say, I like quite a lot. Now we've got ample space for the animals, and we've got a big front here. I think we're going to fill the inside with maybe some hay bales or thatch, and obviously light it up as well. So we're going to need to grab the lanterns. But first and foremost, let's get the animals out of here. Hello sheep, how you doing? Let's get you. There's the sheep, there's the cows, and we've got the pigs as well. Now the chickens are going to stay there for now, just because I do want to make a little chicken coop for them later on. But now we can go ahead and do some decorations. So add some lights around the area, add some leaves, add some hay, add some decorations to make it, or not decorations, some design and some depth to the build to make it not look as flat. I don't know what we're gonna do, but we can figure it out. Maybe some trapdoors on the side just to give it a little bit of like thickness each time. There's the grass. I think that makes it look a little bit nicer. And I might put like a couple trees in, just a couple of oak trees to make it. Actually, no, we won't do that. We won't do that. But I will harvest this wheat once I get another hoe. And then we can go ahead and put some hay bales in. We got the wheat in, or the hay, or the thatch, whatever you want to call it. I think it looks quite nice as well. I don't know if I'll do this many patches forever, but we got some inside as well. I've added some little bumps here and there with the frame trapdoors. I think it looks decent. Not the best, but we're still gonna do that. But I need some more frame blocks. But before that, I will take these lanterns, chains, and levers. The lanterns are now in. I think it looks pretty cool. I don't know about the chains. I might change the chains for the rope, maybe. But I think for now it looks quite cool. And now I want to throw in some plant pots every now and then. How did you escape? Get back in your pen enclosure. Oh, you're just jumping out. My bad. That's no bueno. Let's do a quick head count. 2 cows, 2 pigs, 2 sheep, and 1 cow. Oh, is he? How did you get? Okay, come back here. Good thing we have spare cows, but gosh. All right, let's do it. Let's put a little pot here with an allium. I think that would be quite nice. Let's put a small pot here with maybe an oxide daisy. Let's put another pot over here. Yeah, for a cornflower. And then where else should we do it? I'll put another one, may as well put it up here with another oxide daisy. There we go. And I think it looks quite nice. Now let me take this path, try and make this look a little bit nicer at least. There we go, we've got it nice and connected now. That's pretty cool. I don't think this will be the final path. I do want to add more detail, like, I don't know what block to use. I might run around and add buttons to the sides as well. It could be good, it could look nice, but I think for now I'll just keep it the same. I'm liking how it looks, so we'll keep it going. So next on the agenda, I think I'm going to make the chicken coop, and I want to build it here, which means that we're going to have to temporarily relocate the chickens as well as kill the cows. So might as well start killing the cows. You know what? I'll move 2 over just for now so that it's easier to breed them later on. The rest will kill. And I'll just throw the chickens in here as well, just for now. Now we can rip this whole thing down, get it leveled with the rest, and then I think I might actually extend this out to match this height, and maybe even just keep the shape of this, because it should be big enough. So yeah, let me do that. Now we've got it flattened, which is great, and I won't light it up just yet, but I know the design that I want to go for. You know, I want to give the chickens a decent amount of space, so I think I'll build the coop back here and then kind of wrap it around similar to that with the fences. And I think I'll stick with these fences as well, because they are really nice. Now that the chicken coop is pretty much done, we can now put chickens in. And although I'd like a little area for... Hey, there you go. As much as I'd like an area for, you know, eggs to be collected, I don't think that's going to happen. Actually, we could. Let's see the chicken. There he is. Hello, buddy. And with all the crops being tended to, we've almost got every farm full. We just need the cabbage, but I think is looking quite nice. Oh, and potato, of course. Now that we've got the chicken coop, the barn, the house, and some farms done, I think next on the agenda is building a little pond area for the fish. The only thing I'm thinking of changing right now is how these look. They don't look bad. I do like the look of them, but it's just, and something's off about them, but I'm not sure what. But I'll keep it for now, and I don't know where I'm going to actually make this farm area. I guess we could extend it out this way and maybe curve it. Where should we do this? I'm going to need to go resource gathering once again because we are running out of everything. Resource gathering went pretty good. We got some more iron, which is great. But I also made this, which is a stove and a cooking pot. Because if we have a look at the recipes here for the cabbage, we can mix... I think we just mix a whole bunch of vegetables, beetroot, potato, carrot, and cabbage. We can make a vegetable soup, which is insanely good. And if we throw all of these in, we should start making the vegetable soup. There we are. Now we actually have a good food source, so I can throw this away. Now that I'm looking at it, what I might do is get rid of the back 2 farms here and do like half and half for the rest of, for like these 2. So if we remove these 2, we could do a mix of beetroot and cabbage, and then we could do a mix of carrot and onion. Because we're not going to need that many of each, so it seems only fair. We're either going to get rid of them, or we're going to extend it out, and then we can put the sugarcane here, the melons, the pumpkins, whenever we get them. I'll just separate them for now, and then we can probably figure out what we're going to do with it. But I think back here is the way to do it, next to the chicken farm. Or you know what, we do need some decorations up here, so I may do it up here. Do a small little sugarcane farm and some, you know, a little pumpkin patch and a little melon patch. Yeah, I think I'll do that, just so it saves a bit of space. And then on this side, we can create a little workshop instead of doing it out here. That may be the play. I'll have to do that. I'll put some touch on my shovel because I have an idea of how I want to do the sugarcane. I'm going to grab a decent amount of these grass blocks, and then we can get started with the extension to the house. So I'm thinking of lining the edge with these frame stairs and the grass. I think that would look quite cool. And then I can line the edge with the sugarcane. We'll give it a try, see how it looks. Hopefully it looks good. Can't imagine it looks bad, so we'll see. The only thing we really need now is the pumpkin and the melon seeds. So I'm going to do a bit of exploration, see if I can find maybe a jungle or a desert, or not a desert, a village. And then hopefully that has the stuff that we want. So we won't spend too long on it because it's day 61 and I do want to get some more building done. And after a short time, we've actually managed to find a village. So now that I know it's nearby, I can actually take the villagers back, which is really cool. But let's pray that we can find some melon seeds somewhere. May as well tame a horse while I'm at it. And there we go. Oh, we got a decently fast one. That's good. But no desert in sight. Wow, okay, we found another village. Crazy. What goodies do they have for us today? Hopefully some melons, that's what we need. No way! Finally. We've finally got everything we need. Okay, now I'll just search the rest of the place, take anything good, and then we can move on, carry on home, get some work done. Alright, let's see if we can do something good with these seeds. I think, do I want to make it long or do I want to make it short? I don't know how I'm supposed to make this look over here. And that's what we could do, is extend the path out to here, break it off here so it connects up to green, like here, maybe something like that. And then we can have this here and then maybe the workstation here, but I do want to do it this side as well. But yeah, I think we'll do that. I think that'd be quite nice. I think we'll try this just to see how it looks when everything's fully grown, but it's difficult. I don't want them on just one side, but then we don't have enough space to do both. It's a difficult situation, you know. And then here, I might do some tree log, or I'll do a bit of wheat as well, or the thatch, just you know, extra storage if we miss. And then yeah, over here we'll do the little workstation to make it actually look a little bit better. I think this looks quite nice with a space for the dog, which I might add some grass whenever I get bones. We've got our sugarcane here. We've got a path that connects everything together. I might just do like a little, sure, that works. And we got our things. Now, I don't know if I'm going to keep this the same, but for now we'll keep it, see how it looks when it's eventually all grown out. Now, next on the agenda is I want to make a storage house, which will be, I think, either spruce or wood. Oh, I also got these llamas, by the way, from the wandering trader. I killed him, but don't worry about that. Oh my god, there's more of these guys. What are you doing here? There we go. We took care of them. I do want to make a storage house for just resources, maybe using thatch for the roof, and I don't know about what to build the house with. Then I do want a small villager shack as well to act as like the sleep in or stay over for the farmers. I think that would look quite nice. I think before we carry on with the next build, I am going to gather some spruce, some oak wood, and obviously some more thatch. So let's go. Another thing I want to do is similar to how we've done it over there. I want to extend this level out to here, and then maybe I can extend this out from here all the way over to there. And then we could probably put something here as well, which could be the pond, but I feel like that's too close together for everything. Now that we've moved everything across, we do have plenty of dirt, so I'll quickly do that before we carry on with more resource gathering. Before I do this pond, I think I'm going to redesign this and actually change it into a smaller but better looking greenhouse. I think I'm going to do a little greenhouse and then I can do a little flower patch next to it, and it will take up considerably less space, so I might move it back at the corner here. Because, you know, 6 big squares just looks a bit weird and I don't like it, so I'm going to go ahead, get all the resources that I need, tear it all down, and I think the only thing I need would be a bit more glass, which I can just get smelting right away. See if it comes along nicely, get it all torn up, and then hopefully we'll have a nice looking greenhouse. I think I have everything I need now. I got plenty of glass, some framed stuff if I need it, and the spruce that I want to use. And I think I'm going to build it Yeah, far over here. Again, I want to make it big enough to where it can house at least most of the crops, but not big enough to where it's covering this amount of land. So let's see what we can do with this. We've made some progress, and I think this looks quite nice. We have our little pumpkin and melon farm here. We actually have the framed grass here because we've got water underneath, which is quite a cool little thing there. Let me place that back down. We've got some greenery, or I should say yellow orange greenery on the roof, and the whole build is made out of white stained glass and the spruce. Now this was pretty much a tutorial, or I shouldn't say tutorial because I tried to just copy the picture, but I think it worked out quite nicely. And inside, if we go have a look, there's not a lot of space for crops, but it should be enough for us. So we have our cabbage, we have our beetroot, yep, we have our carrots, and we have our potatoes. Now, the only thing we're missing is a bit of wheat for the animals. Now, I'm thinking of changing this up potentially to do that. I think that's going to be the only place, or we do it in between, and over here we kind of shave this down a little bit, and I make a small wheat field here with a silo, like a grain silo, and I think I'm going to do that. But all in all, I think it's very cool. I think it looks great. It's now day 71. We've still got plenty of time. That took a lot quicker than I thought it would, but I'm very happy with the results. And we've even got the path curving in as well. So I think first and foremost, we will attempt to create the little wheat farm and the grain silo here. I'm not sure what resources I'm going to use for it just yet, but I will say I will look at some Pinterest pictures for inspiration, see if I can find something good, and then I'll figure out what blocks in this mod pack that I should use. Okay, so a quick browse was made and I found a picture that I want to use for reference. Now for that I will need some deep slate. I don't know which type of deep slate I'll use just yet, but it will be a kind of stone looking thing, like maybe the rounded deep slate bricks, which look quite cool. We also need 2 types of red stuff. I think the picture uses red concrete, and I imagine the crimson wood from the nether, but we're not going to do the crimson wood because obviously we need to get to the nether. Instead, I'll have to have a look for what red. The other thing as well is a bit of stone at the top. Now, I don't know if I'll use stone. I'm thinking of using tuff, but tuff we would definitely have to go back into the mines to get. Or is there anything else I could use? Cobblestone bricks does look pretty good, and it's like the right color that I want. Same as basalt, but I think basalt is going to be a bit hard to get. I do like the andesite brick from Quark though, so I'm going to mark those down as well. So I'll figure out what red to use. We need 2 reds, and then I can start with the resource gathering and then another build montage. And I'm also thinking for this as well, I need to get rid of the water, so I'll do that. I'll probably move these outwards a bit more as well, just so they're not all cramped in the corner. Well, I think I've got all the resources ready. We've got the red terracotta, we've got andesite bricks, we've got some tough framed bars, which are going to be very useful, and the cobbled deep slate, as well as some thatch that I'm going to place inside. And if I can put a little window in, then I will. So I'll just grab some of that now. And then we're going to need some ladders, but obviously we'll deal with that when the time comes. I think what I'm going to do is make a small little bit of raised area here, but only at the back here. Raise it up by 1 block, maybe just enough for a couple of the crops and the silo itself, and then the rest of it is just going to be filled with the wheat. So let's go ahead and do that. Hopefully we can make it look nice. That is always the plan, but sometimes the plan fails. There we go. I think that's a good size. It should fit everything. Well, it should fit the silo. That's what we need it to fit. And I'm thinking I'm going to just separate this a little bit by adding a fence, but obviously we'll deal with that after. And I think that doesn't look too bad. Now I've tried to add some texture here and there just on that. The only thing that I'm not too sure about is that when you're looking at it from here, the roof looks a bit weird. But then when you look at it from over here, it looks decently. It looks decent. I like it. I'm going to keep it for now. I've added some textured buttons. I need to fill that one in. But the buttons, we've got even like thin walls on the sides there as well. Then with a ladder at the bottom with some, I think that's the polished tuff on the framed bars. And we're just going to wait until the wheat grows to see how it actually looks fully. But until then, we're going to keep it like this and hopefully it looks good. But I like this so far. And I've also, just a bit of an extra touch, I've put a little viewing window in here with a bunch of thatch. And I think that was quite nice. So next on the agenda, I might have to do a bit of resource gathering, but I do want to make the little duck pond. I don't know how big it's going to be, but I do want to make it big enough for ducks to wander if we ever get ducks. I might just throw a couple chickens in there. And as well, I want to go on a little boat in the middle so that I can go fishing. Now, obviously it doesn't have to be too big, but a decent size would be more than enough. Just don't want it too small to where it's very cramped together. I still need to figure out where to put it. I'm thinking over there by the pumpkins, but I'm not too sure. It's already got a path, which is ideal. And then we could do it from like, you know, hugging the side of the path down here. And then we could extend it around about here and then keep it going. I think that would work. So it's looking like we're going to need to go mining. But let me get out or get this all out of the working chest and put it back in here so that I can prep for the next phase. I'm also going to put on this backpack that I found, or I took off of something. I don't know what it was, but it did include this diamond horse armor, which I'm going to put on my horse if I can find him, because he has been a little mischievous every now and then. And he keeps jumping out of the fence. I don't know how he's doing it actually. I think it's here. He just walks off, but we'll see. Keep an eye on him. But now I'm going to go down into the mines, take some extra food just in case, and grab any resources that we need. And it'll mostly just be stone, cobblestone, and andesite. I might grab some tuff as well, but I don't think tuff is going to be great there. I think I'll just leave it for now. Now I think I've got all the resources that I need. Oh, minus the stone in here. There we go. This should be everything we need. I'm going to make the polished andesite. I think we can make polished stone as well. Yeah, from the chip. So we do need... We've got the mason's workbench, right? Yeah, okay. I'm going to use that. We're going to use the polished cobblestone as well, probably. And then on the edges, we'll use just regular cobblestone and maybe some regular andesite as well. Now, I think I am going to build it around here. I do want it to hug this part a little bit and then kind of curve around here. And then I don't think I'll extend it all the way. I think I'll leave a little bit of gap just in case we want to put a path there. But I think I will just curve it around here. Let's get just the base layout, the base shape done, and then I can show you what the vision is. This size I'm more than happy with. It's not too big, it's not too small. Should have enough space for a little dock for the ducks to swim around and have fun, and also enough space for me to travel out on a boat into the middle and go fishing. So I think I'm going to stick with this. Now, let me get this carved out. I do have to fill it in because underneath is Big Cave. I don't want Big Cave to be there. So I'm just going to carve this out, fill it in, and then kind of try and do the depth that I want. We've got this done. It's not going to be the final layer, but to fill up the water, I'm going to try something that I saw in a video that said if you just do diagonals, then it should fill it up all the way. So, I mean, we'll give it a try. We'll do like here. Actually, wait, this makes infinite, doesn't it? It does. It might not work fully because it is an odd shape, but I'm hopeful. Okay, it did not work. Oh, maybe? Okay, it worked this side, right? Oh, kinda. We can fill the rest in, it's not that bad. Now that that's done, we can empty these buckets and start mining down, making it actually have some depth to it. So I've made it 3 layers deep, and I've also extended these out a little bit more. They were 1 block like outwards, but I've done this one 2 and this one was 3, but now it's 2 as well, which I might make 3. But it uses quite a lot of stone, so I'm actually just going to design the stone with the polished stone, the polished cobblestone and all of that. Throw in some coarse dirt as well at the bottom, and then we can add some greenery, make it look nice. This is how it's looking so far. I'm not 100% sold on the polished blocks underneath, but I do kind of like how it looks. That's what I was trying to say. Now we're gonna go in with some frame stairs and some frame slabs, actually give it some depth and texture, and then we should be able to do the greenery. So it's actually going quicker than I thought it would. And honestly, I'm liking how this looks so far. Got our lanterns in the middle. I would like some coral fans to put on top of them. I've seen a few people do that in a couple of hardcore series, but you know, I can't do that right now because I have no idea where a coral reef is in this world. But these blocks are here. I think I'm going to remove them just because I do need to put a fence in. But the fence, I'm going to have to configure this, and I maybe have to do the path from here instead because it's too close. And if I need to put a pathway, or not a pathway, a fencing system, then it is going to almost cut into it. I think I'll remove these, get the path from here instead, so it kind of conjoins there. And then I can do another one from over here, and that should make it look a little bit better. I'm pretty sure this is 95% done. There might be a couple of things I add here and there, but I'm liking how this looks. We've got a nice cobblestone wall, got some different types of cobblestone as well. We've got our little fishing pier. We can throw a boat in as well if we want to. And we've got our pathway set up. So we did a pathway from here to over there, and then we did a pathway from here to here. We got this big open area here that I could probably add some, you know, extra hay bales, maybe a couple trees. I think a big spruce tree would kind of be cool, but I think we might just stick with oak. If I can get some azalea trees, that would be great as well. But I think all in all, that looks pretty cool. I wanted like sea pickles or other, like I said before, the coral reef or the coral fans. I think that's what they're called. That would look pretty cool in here and add some color, but obviously we don't have those, which is sad. If I see some, you know, I'll keep an eye out just to make sure and take them and put them in my own little pond. But until then, we're going to keep this how it is. But we can check that off the list now, and our list is getting shorter. We've also got this mostly grown, and I'm thinking it just looks a little bit small, so I might try and extend it to up to around here, leaving like a 1 block gap between this and the fence over there. And then around here, we might be able to extend it over to around about here as well. And I think that should be enough. And I've just had another idea. I looked at my board, my whiteboard of all the ideas that I want to build, and one of them was the flower garden. Now the flower garden was going to be this, but now obviously we've got the pumpkin and melon farm. So what we could do is make this area a little flower farm. But I think before we get started, I'm most definitely going to have to go hunting for flowers because we don't have a lot. And on top of that, we only have one type of 2-block flowers, which isn't ideal. Let's have a look. We could do saplings as well, putting a bit of string on top as protection so it doesn't grow. I think that still works, but I'd have to have a look. I have an idea in mind, so I think I'm going to try and stick with that. And it does involve a bunch of wood for the logs. Do I need the types of wood? Okay. It looks like I'm going to be doing strip oak, or not oak, oak leaf hedge, and maybe the trumpet ones. Let me go grab some flowers really quick. Wow, hopefully really quick. It might take us a few days at most. I'm going to try and grab some beehives so that the bees can pollinate the flowers. And we can grab some honey because I feel like every farm needs a little beehive or two. Oh, I see one. I see two actually. Perfect. Let's pray they actually have bees in. Oh, no they don't. Now we've got all the resources that we need. It's just a bunch of leaves, some sunny trumpet leaves as well, a whole bunch of flowers, some bee nests, and I do need to make some fences, but we'll delay doing that just for now. I want to do the little markings around, so I am going to do it to the shape of this area. I think I'll cut it off around about here maybe, and inside we're just going to be like, we're going to try and do circles. I don't know how big the circles are going to be, but the design I saw was really, really cool. So we'll do the outside or the outskirts in the sunny trumpet leaves. Just like this. And then if we go in, can we actually do this? I don't think we can. All right, we have this shape here. Now, I know it looks a little bit weird, but hear me out. So these areas are going to be the tall flowers. So just the 2-block tall flowers, I think that'd be quite cool. Here, I'm thinking about doing a raised section. So put some grass in or dirt and then do a bunch of regular flowers, maybe flower pots on some raised, or maybe some bushes even. That would be cool. Let's give some dirt and grass to fill those in. There we go. That looks good. Now let me grab some. I think we can do. Should we do trumpet? Let's do trumpet log framed fences. Let's do that instead. For the beehive stands, I think I'm going to change these out. And I'm going to throw down. What should we throw down? We'll throw down these for now. I'm going to actually swap them out for the raised lattice. Or the thick lattice, sorry. Just like that, and that looks kind of cool. I might do that for the lights as well. Can I do this? Would this work? No. Okay, we'll have to keep that with the trumpet fence. That's fine. We've got it looking like that so far. Now we just need to throw in the bunch of flowers. We just need to throw in a bunch of flowers. Now we have our finished flower garden. Now, I might change some things, but for now, again, similar to the pond, I like it. It looks cool. I do want to add hedges every now and then. I think that would be cool, especially up here, but I don't know the positioning properly just yet. But I do like the fact that you can see the little like 2-block flowers poking out and kind of matching the height, but it looks a little bit fuller. I think that looks really cool. Actually, you know what? For the bushes, I might just line up here in like some of the more empty areas, like this block here could be good. Around here, maybe separating the circles as well. That could be very cool. Yeah, maybe not. Not a big fan of that. But I'm very happy with that. It saves space as well, which is very good because we're going to need still... I can't even jump on that, really? Wow. Because we're going to need a lot of space for still what to come. We also got to make the path a little bit nicer. We've got to add some decorations to it to make it look a little bit more full, and we just got to make it look good. I'm going to look at some inspiration, both in Minecraft inspiration and real life, see if there's any designated styles or designs that actual farms use. It's probably not. It's probably just like compressed dirt from all the tractors and heavy machinery going on it, but we might as well check. I think I'm going to keep these paths now that I've seen some ideas. And I'm going to mix in some coarse dirt and podzol just to give that texture. And then I use the framed buttons to add, again, just another layer of depth to it. Let's see if I can do any wizardry with these pathways. And the edges like this, where it goes up and raises, I think I'm just going to use maybe some... that's going to be difficult because we can't get the path blocks, but we can get the podzol or cursed dirt as like half slabs, but I guess slab. So that might be a little difficult. We'll give it a try, but like that's kind of what I have to do. Or should we do just like stone to make it more man-made, I guess is the word? We'll give it a try with stone. If it looks good, we use that. I do like the stone, but I'll be honest, I liked the pods just a little bit more. So I think I'm going to stick with that. I've got this for the path so far, but I'm not liking the fact that it's two different layers or two different levels like that. So I think, and this may not be a popular choice, change the pathways to the coarse dirt. And there's probably other coarse dirts, right? That's nice, but coarse. But what I also could do is mix the coarse dirt with regular dirt from the botanist workbench, if there's any good ones that kind of match. Make sanded dirt, which could be quite cool, but it's not too, needs to be a bit darker. Yeah, we'll test it with just the coarse dirt for now, and then if I think it needs some extra detail, then I'll figure out something to put inside. It's not fully done just yet, but I think I like this a lot more. It just gives more color, and I'm not bumping up and down every time I run on it, which is great. But it's missing something. Obviously, I'm going to do the framed buttons here and there, which will give it some good stuff, some good texture, some good depth. But I feel like even after that, I might need a couple more things to give it some oomph. But I need some more gravel before I do anything else. I also just realized that we've got to do a pathway from the silo as well. And I think we'll just make a little pathway from the ladder. Or should we do all the front? No, we'll do the ladder, and then we'll just connect it up to probably around about here. So we'll do that really quick as well, but most of it's pretty much done. And then after this, I'm going to do the decorations on the side of the path. Make it look nice, pretty, and full. We've got it all set up. I need to put down some more of these, but I'll do that later on. Actually, no, we'll do that now, just because if we're going to put down decorations for the path, then we're definitely going to not want it to be interrupted by a bunch of wheat. I think that looks a little bit better. It's a lot larger, and it even dips down into, not down here because I feel like that would be a bit too much, but it does go down here as well. So we'll keep it for now. Again, wait for it to grow. If it grows and it doesn't look great, then you know what, I'll try and redesign it. But we've got 8 days left, 7 days soon, very soon, and I might not have enough time to do that. So we'll have to see. Let me go ahead and make the pathway decorations, because I have said that I want to do those for a while now, and I just have not done it. So I'm going to grab a bunch of, I think I'm going to go with the hedges this time. The hedges are good. And I'm going to go in with a bunch of fences. Again, I want to do light fences, but I don't actually know. Yeah, I think I'll stick with the birch fences. And then we'll go ahead and do the oak hedges or oak bushes, whatever they're called. Because we do have some somewhere. I don't know where I placed them though. Oh, and before I forget, let's just run around with these framed buttons for a second and just plant them down every now and then. We probably need a little bit more than that. There we go. That's a little bit better. And I'm tempted to even do some stone or cobblestone ones as well, but I'll leave it for now. Oh, I haven't done this side. How silly of me. There we go. Now we're actually finished with that. Now let me grab some birch. What else do I need? Some more lanterns, of course. Alright, we've got our resources all in here. This should be all that we need. We've got our oak leaf hedges, we've got our birch fences, and the spruce log, the oak pressure plate, and the campfires for the kind of stack decorations that we're going to use. But I'm also going to take these oak logs and turn them into chests, so we can place those around every now and then as well. Let's get rid of this. I don't know why I'm still holding it. We'll first go around with the birch fences, just go in, placing it every now and then. Then we'll go in with the oak leaf hedges, and then in any empty gaps, we'll go in with some little stack decorations as well. But I do want to leave some spaces for some lamps as well, so I've got to keep that in mind. think that looks quite nice. It makes it look a little bit more full. I might go around with some of the Sunny Trumpet ones as well to give it a bit more pop of color every now and then. But I think I want to run around with some plant pots as well. Maybe put in some little benches with beds and trapdoors. I think that would look quite cool. And I think we're looking pretty good. Talking about these things here. So, you know, it's not really anything special, but it just adds some filler every now and then. So I think I'll do one there. I'll do one over here to fill in this gap, as well as maybe some, what should we use? Some more of that, some more hay bales. And then I could put one here as well. I think that would look quite cool. I'll also change it up a little bit, put the chest in different places. So we got one over there like that. We got one there with the chest out. And where else could we put one? Oh, I guess over here works. There we go. We got our 3 stacks. We got one there, got one there, and we got one with the chest on top and the pressure plate on the bottom, which I think is pretty cool. I probably should make lamps just so we can brighten the area up a little bit. There's a ton of torches and I just hate the look of torches, so let me try and find a good design for that and then I can carry on. Alright, let's see if we can make something look good. Oh, I need my lanterns. How can I forget? There we go, that's better. Now we've got to mark down where we want to place these things. So I think I'll do one here. We can do one here as well. We'll do it there. We'll do one there. We'll do one here. One here. There we go. We've marked out everything for all of the lanterns where they're going to go. Now we can go ahead and get building on them, and hopefully they actually look pretty good. I'm trying to keep it the spruce vibe because of the spruce with this, with that, with the roof of that. I just like spruce, and I think everyone likes spruce. I am quite happy with how this turned out. I think they look really cool. I wanted to do another one over here, but I ran out of spruce, and I feel like trying to cut down spruce now is probably not the best idea, considering we have 4 days left, maybe 3 after today's done. But I like how they look. They look really nice. Now, the only thing we need to do is grab a bunch of wool, make a bunch of beds for the benches, and then I think, apart from just scattering some thatch, is that what it's called? Yeah, thatch, right? Yeah, apart from covering the place in thatch and some more stack decorations, which I guess is just thatch, I'm pretty sure we're done. I'll work on the beds for now. We'll grab a bunch of wool, which I'm pretty sure we have wool, but I'm pretty sure I made it into red. Oh, we have tons of wool. What? So if I place a bed, let's go just right here, then we can go in with these. They look a little bit weird on the top, but you know, you kind of got your bench or couch, however you want to see it. I think I'm going to change these into the non-opened end ones, the closed end ones, like that. The oak wood, not the oak log. And that looks a little bit better, so yeah, I'll stick with that. But I think that looks quite cool. We'll throw one there, we'll throw one... Where should we throw one? We'll throw one here, I think this is a good spot. Actually, can we? I don't even think we can. Let me move these birch fences here. I'll just do that for now, and then we can throw this here. We do that as well? No, that's too much. Okay, there we go. We'll throw one here. This is a good spot. Just like that. We'll throw one here as well. I think this would be a nice area. Just like so. And is there anywhere else we can put one? I think that is all of the spot. Now let me grab a bunch of wheat, make the thatch, and then we'll just go around here and just do like... The thatch hay bales are looking good, but I just want to make one more small touch. Now, I know we have more thatch somewhere. There we are. Now, I'll take these framed cubes. We can go around with these little half pillars. Just put them against the walls here like this. Like that. It gives some depth. Then we can go around with these trapdoors, which further give a bit more depth We'll put one here and put one even here. Then again, we can go around with some walls, which from here, maybe not the walls. Let's get rid of that. And I think I want to place the half pillars on the floors instead, like so. And then they've got little hay bales on, which is quite cool. So we'll go around, we'll do that for the rest of them, and let me change half of the walls into the half pillars and half the walls into trapdoors. And honestly, I am very happy with how these turned out. The little mini blocks here just look so cool to me. And having it on all of them, as you can see, it looks really cool. I do need to do the ones in the chicken coop, but for now... Actually, you know what? No. I'll do the little block here and there. There we go. Perfect. And of course, I can't forget the ones in the actual animal pen as well. I don't know why I said anime then. It was weird. How did you guys get out? Get back in there. Did I leave the gate open? I don't think I did. Maybe I did. I don't know. Anyway, let's finish up here. There we go. Perfect. Now this place is looking extremely full and I love it. We've got the bee nest here, which I do need to breed the bees. We've got the animals over there in the barn with the chickens and the chicken coop. We've got the little greenhouse with our greeneries that we need to make meals every day. We've got the wheat farm with the silo. Oh my god, perfect. The only thing that we're missing is a couple of ducks for the duck pond, but sadly Minecraft won't add that, so I've got to add the mods myself. Now for the last 3 days, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to spend each day redesigning how my house looks, because I like the outside a little bit. I'm not the biggest fan, but you know what, it worked. The inside, however, we can definitely make look better. So we're going to try and make this look pretty cool. And that involves making some kitchen decorations, obviously a kitchen area. We're going to make the storage room. There's going to be a little cutoff. And we're going to make this little area, which is going to have my bed as well. Which might mean we're getting rid of a couple windows. But you know what? That's okay with me. Time has passed and I think the house is looking a little bit better. It looks the same. What do you mean? Well, I'll show you what I mean. If we look here, we can see the windows have gotten a bit smaller, as you can see. But if we take a step inside, we've now got the sectioned rooms. We've got a lattice roof, which I'm not 100% sold on, but you know what? It's fine. We'll look at the chest room first. It pretty much looked the same with a little plant pot in the corner, but yeah, I'm not making the effort of moving all the chests. That is going to be tedious work, and I'm not doing that. We take a look into the kitchen here. We've got our spruce kitchen cabinetry here. We've got the drawers up here as well for extra storage. Plant pot, a couple cutting boards just in case, and our cooking pot. And I think that looks really cute. Moving into here, we've got the bedroom type of vibe. We've got a desk with a plant pot, another drawer, and our bed with a cute little carpet. Now, if you look here, as you can see, the wall is not flat with the others, and that's because there's a couple of spruce, or not spruce, trapdoors there. So that's very cool. And out here, we pretty much got the same as we had before, but you know what, we won't worry about that. But I like how this is looking. And I think even with the smaller windows, it looks really cool. Oh my god, how are these sheep escaping? Now that I've added some of the blocks here, the sheep just escape. Can they get over this? I don't know. I'll have to keep an eye on them. I got the pigs have escaped. The chickens have escaped as well. Oh my gosh. This is horrendous. How are the chickens escaping? Chickens must be escaping from over here somewhere, so maybe I get rid of this. And then here should be fine. Okay, here's where the animals are escaping. So it is this. Okay, get rid of that. Get back in there. Oh my god, the sheep. This is mayhem on day 98. Okay, that's definitely how the chickens are getting out as well. Get back in. And come back here, you. Get back into your barn. There we go. Now that should be all the animals back in. I can't see anyone else, which is good, but I am very happy with this. I think this is a definite step up from the Jurassic World creation. and I'm actually utilizing the space a little bit more. Obviously, we've got 2 days left, so I'm going to try and figure out what to do next. But even if I don't get much done, I'm still very happy with the progress. With this last set of cod, I think that should suffice. There we go. We should have 6 of these in here now. There we go. And we got a little bit of life in this pond, which is looking awesome. I'm very happy with that. Now I want to collect some of the honey, just so we have some. And while I'm doing that, I can breed the bees, which I'm definitely going to want more bees. Oh, I forgot to put a campfire underneath it. Oh no, he's angry at me. Is he still angry at me? Oh yeah, he's still angry at me. I don't want to lure you away from your base, buddy. There you go, he's nice now. Come on over here. Did we only have 1 bee? I thought we had like 3 or 2. And before the night ends, or at least before the night comes, I'm going to make my last meal of vegetable soup. And then we can carry on. How did you escape again? I swear, you're Houdini. I don't know how you're getting out of these things. And you're out as well. What? Get in there. Is it this one here that they're getting out of? I'll have to keep an eye on them, see what their plans are. It might be that there, because they can glide. And with nightfall coming, I'm going to eat my vegetable soup before I go to bed and have a nice night knowing that we did some insane work. There's monsters nearby. No, there's not. Don't lie to me. I guess I'm moving my bed for tonight. Nope. Okay, guess I'm going to have to go kill him. There we go. Good night, everyone.